With the Axiom, it doesn't matter what your swing flaw is, the Axiom will fix it. But if you're like a lot of golfers out there who swing over the top, then this will completely blow your mind. Check out Martin here on the left in his before, and obviously it's the same day, he's wearing the same clothes. This was literally, these two swings were 10 minutes, or not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes apart. And look at the difference in how the club is coming down. On the right, you can see the club naturally flattening, shallowing out, dropping into the slot. And on the left, you see the club still very steep, way above his shoulder here, and he's going to be coming over the top like so many golfers do. And the Axiom doesn't just fix something as simple as over the top, although I know many of you may feel like fixing over the top is the hardest thing in the world. The reason is, watch even just the things that you see in his lower body here. Watch his hips. Notice on the left how much he starts to stand up immediately and lose his posture and start to get out of position, and then he moves even further. And then on the swing on the right, notice how close his hips are to where he started at address. It also helped him maintain his posture, maintain his tush line, and that's because the Axiom isn't some Band-Aid quick tip thing. It is the underlying movement pattern, the direction of movement, the flow of movement that the tour pros are doing. You see, the tour pros didn't get into these positions that you're trying to learn and work on in your swing by working on positions. They move a certain way, and this movement pattern, which is incredibly simple, will allow all of those positions you're trying to work on in your swing happen totally naturally. And if you swing over the top, the Axiom is an instant cure. As you'll see, the club will naturally shallow out, and in fact, it will be impossible when you're doing the Axiom correctly to even come close to swing over the top, because in order to swing over the top, you'd have to move in the opposite direction the way the Axiom is going to teach you. Let's take a look at another severe over the top. Take a look at Al here on the left, the day before our little 10-minute Axiom lesson, and look how steep the hands and club are. They're covering up his face, the club's way out of position, extremely steep. Now, of course, he's going to begin casting the club, so he's losing a ton of power, and the club is approaching the ball way from the outside, going to hit a hard pull cut, or the dreaded pull slice. You can see the chicken wing, all the telltale signs of the struggling golfer. And now, after his Axiom lesson, take a look at the difference. In an ideal world, if you're moving correctly, the hands and arms, the movement of them will actually pull the body into position. But for most golfers, the hands and arms pull them out of position. And that's what's so cool about the Axiom, is that you're working together with the whole body. You're not fighting yourself. And so you actually, one of the biggest things that we hear our members say after doing the Axiom for just a few minutes is they feel they have so much more time on the downswing. They don't feel like they're fighting this hit instinct from the top and throwing the club. And look at the difference. These are radically different. And this is just 10 minutes after working on the Axiom. The ball is actually now coming out straight, and he's coming at the ball from the inside and on plane. Watch how the club shallows out naturally with the Axiom. The club drops through his shoulder, through his bicep, through his right forearm. And when you compare that to the swing that Al was doing just before, look at the difference. Look at how steep and how the club is so far out of position. You can't play golf from there. But from here, you can play awesome golf all day long and hit the ball straight, hit the ball square, hit the ball flush. And best of all, it's just easier. You have more time to feel the things happening in your swing, letting the swing unfold naturally. You don't feel rushed. The swing feels synced up immediately.